Samran, guys. For those that don't know, I'm a bit of a nerd. So I was watching this evolutionary psychologist. His name is David Buss. Do yourself a favor, YouTube, wherever, just watch this guy, David Buss. And he was talking about infidelity between men and women, and it was so crazy because a lot of the things that he said, it's not like new or groundbreaking. It's like, but it's those aha moments. Yeah. And it's not an excuse and it's not me accepting, but it's me understanding the female a lot better, And here's the thing, because this guy is saying things, but it's also being backed with studies. Again, guys, what I say or what other people say, it's not written in stone. It's just an observation. Sorry, it's a hypothesis. Based on what we consume, the journals we've read, the theories we've listened to, whatever the case may be. But anyway, he speaks about women infidelity and women being in affairs, And again, he tries to very much separate an affair versus just a sister that cheats or cheated, So an affair as in an ongoing, so 2+ times versus you were drunk that one night and the guy in the club. So if we can separate that for a bit. But it's crazy because he premises off the fact that in a marriage, the woman has more to lose if she steps out. She has more to lose because, again, let's just take GBV in this country. Women have been murdered for cheating. But they also have a higher reputational risk. It's almost like men are expected to cheat, vele umkhulu, vele stepped out, and it's almost like society has put this pressure on sisters for them to be as pure as possible. And if they were to do something, then their reputational damage is so much worse. And we can unpack and debate why that is right, why that is wrong. That's not for this episode, it's for a different episode, But he breaks down something called, I had written it down, a dual mating strategy. And I think, I want to be a bit controversial, but I think of my family and I think about like my great grandmother or my grandmother. Yeah, my grandmother on like my father's side, and there's always been rumors because she had like 6 kids. Yeah. And these two look the same, these two look the same, these two look the same. But no, And there's those things where you can kind of see the similarities amongst the kids, but you pair them and you're like, there's something that's not adding here. And it goes back when you're breaking it down and talking about a dual mating strategy. So that's like the difference between a man who's a good father and a man who's got good genes. So if you're a woman, if you're a sister, you're always debating between, especially again when it comes to having a baby or whatever the case is, it's almost like you am I looking for a good father for my child, or am I looking for a man with good genes? It's very rare to find a person who can be a good father and has the right genetic makeup in which you are finding attractive. He speaks about symmetry. Symmetry is an indicator of the lack of, I don't know, some recessive horrible gene or whatever the case may be. So again, when females are attracted to a guy who's taller with a chiseled jawline, broader shoulders, flatter stomach, all these things are indicators of good genetics. So again, do you want your child to have great genetics, or do you want your child to have a good father who can provide, good father who can be there teaching certain lessons, but maybe he's a short little chubby little doughy guy, but he's got all the great characteristics of a good father. But again, so you'll have sisters who go into the market, they find a great guy, find an amazing guy who'll be a great dad, they get married, and then around the corners, and she's actually in that space looking for that genetic, that good gene, and then bring it here. So then again, you think about all these men who have been found. Tada, this is not your child. Tada, this is not your child. You realize, Guti, it's either she went for the good dad or the good genetics. The problem that we have in today's age, I guess even if you go a little bit back, he breaks it down with another study and he says 79% of women who are in affairs, 79% of the time, they actually start emotionally falling for the guy that they're cheating with. They have an emotional attachment. Unlike guys, because guys, it's all about a physical attraction. It's all about a sexual desire. So guys don't just get emotionally attached. Whereas women, they get emotionally attached 79% of the, that's 80% of the time. 80% of the time when a woman is in an affair, there is an emotional attachment. Then it goes to a different point that he was talking about. Again, this is more like my brain is going fucking hell. Because then he speaks about a mate switch, So females do this thing where they wanting to switch a male. Okay, sharp. You're a guy, you go to this lady, you promise her everything in the world. Yeah, but I'll do this, I'll do this. And then again, these are unmet expectations that you have set. You promised her everything, you can't even deliver 10% of the things. Maybe you get laid off at your job. Maybe you start doing hooked on drugs, or you become violent in the relationship. You become an alcoholic. All the things that you had promised initially, your whole relationship starts going south. What do women do biologically? Biologically, it's called a mate switch. So the first thing that she tries to do when she goes out of the marriage or out of the relationship is that she tries to find a way to distance herself emotionally from her partner. So again, some women in that time, they'll maybe be demeaning their partner. Oh, you less of a man, you don't do this, you don't. What she's trying to do is that she's trying to separate and justify her behavior to herself. Again, guys, I'm not saying I'm accepting this behavior. I'm saying I'm better understanding this behavior. So you don't have to accept it. You don't say it's right. You just have to understand. So what a lot of them do is that they'll start bringing their partners down, calling him names, calling this, while on the other side cheating, and they're trying to distance themselves emotionally, And then whoever they are cheating with, it's normally someone that they can cheat up, So again, it's someone who, unlike their partner who's on drugs or on alcohol, been laid off or empty promises, it's someone who can actually try and do a little bit better from a good dad or a good genetic perspective, So he can provide, protect better than the current person. She will then try that and see if she can get better. And a lot of women find that. That's why we have, I know in my culture, most of the time when someone takes your girl, it's normally someone that society would deem better. When you're at school and you're in grade 8 and you're dating a grade 8, next thing she's dating a grade 10. Someone society deems better. If you're a first year and you're dating this girl at varsity, whatever, next thing she's dating a 25-year-old because society deems that person better. Or she's 25, she dates a guy who's 35 because society seems better. We've coined that term and we called it being hypergamous, and we said women date across and above. But then again, it's another mating strategy where she wants to separate herself, so then she starts cheating, she breaks herself off emotionally, and then wants to start dating up. Another thing that when they do this, let's say she's broken off with the guy, she tries to date up, that doesn't work, she'll then start being in other relationships, which might be exactly similar to this, as a form of re-entering that dating market. To say, hey, look, I'm back here. All of a sudden, you start seeing her Instagram. When she's at gym, she takes those. Sisters when they're at gym and they take pictures of their ass, can't she? That's for me. For you. Sisters are buying those tights. Those tights that go into their ass. And then she says, how do you want to said you want that attention. You want to show in some form that you are available to be in the dating pool. Even if you are in a relationship. Because again, we're looking at signaling, slight signaling. You're saying, hey, if there's someone better than what I currently have, I'm good. Hey, if there's something another, I'm good. Give me better, I'm gone. This is some signaling that's happening deep in the subconscious. Some sisters are aware and some say, I'm not going to be with a brokey. I'm not going to be with a drug buster. I'm not going to be with a stagwa. I'm going to find myself. So let me go to gym. Let me go out. Let me go what? And show that I'm available in dating markets. Look through their Instagram. Sisters, just based on what they're posting on their Instagram TLs, I can literally tell you, Guti, is she peacocking? As in she's showing ubuhle bakhe in order to attract a better mate or even a mate. Her posts tell me that she's single, whether you can say it emotionally, whether you can say it whatever, but single. But again, guys, do yourself a favor. Please find David Buss. He's a psychologist, and listen. You don't have to agree. I've written down so many notes for myself here. I'm like, geez, okay, all right. I need to go down deeper into this rabbit hole. Again, angikhulumi ngosisi nje abachitha yaba lost kade dakiwe lapho wahlangana noNjabulo talking about ngempela ama affairs when sisters know that they've got a lot to lose, when sisters know Guti, they're risking a lot. That's the situation I'm talking about. Guti, shit, why would that sister risk so much? She's married, she's got kids. Why would she risk so much? That's when listening to these psychologists and their readings and their theories and all the journals or whatever the that's when you have these aha moments. And again, for me, it's just better understanding our sisters, just better understanding our mothers, just better understanding our grandmothers and females as a whole. Not necessarily saying I accept the shit that you guys are doing because it is wrong, it is immoral. It's not that I appreciate that you guys no. However, I now better understand. Oh, okay, this is how people are. If I take a dog and I put it in a corner, chances are it's going to attack me. If I go and I'm playing with the snake, it's going to bite me. So all those type of things, I'm trying to better understand. Without accepting, I understand. But let me know. Let me know what you think about this whole infidelity thing. Again, I'm not just talking about Usisi, who's just lost in the jungle and she's going through her whole face. That's a different video that needs different psychological breakdown. We are talking about sisters that have a lot to lose, families involved, kids involved, marriage vows, assets, all these type of things that have played. I promise to God that I'll never. Then she does this. That is when the biological urge is more powerful. That is when she's attracted to a certain type of man. I can talk about this forever. He speaks about the fact that women are attracted to a certain guy when she's not ovulating versus a different guy. Again, because of the pheromones. When a woman is ovulating, she's getting ready for pregnancy or getting ready to have a child. She's attracted to testosterone, so she's more attractive to toxic, guys that are tall, that are this, that are rough. But then when it comes to when she's not ovulating during the month, now she's more logical, she's more rational. So she looks at the guy who's better at being a provider and the one who's more tentative to her needs and he's caring and endearing and can be the better dad. So it's that juggle of okay, sharp, when your biological urges, as a woman comes in, ufuna ubab toxic, but then again, when you're not ovulating, all of a sudden you want, Mr. Soft, Mr. Loving, Mr. And how women have to balance this on a subconscious level constantly in their life is just for me. Anyway, not saying it's okay, just trying to understand. You need to do your own research. Listen to what these guys have to say. Let's learn from each other. Please comment down below what you think about this. David Buss is his name. Please share this video. Start this conversation, guys. But anyway, hit that subscription button and that notification bell and have yourselves a fantastic day. Sharp.